Good evening and welcome to Darien Ice House. I'm Luke Frame alongside Chase Harden, and tonight the 12-3-1 New Canaan Rams take on the 14-2-2 Fairfield Mustangs. The first time these two teams met this season, the Mustangs took a 3-1 win with the lone New Canaan goal coming from junior captain Doster Kroll. Chase, you talk about a game like this where two of the best teams in the state face off for a chance to make a statement. What are some keys tonight?
Yeah, I mean, both teams, this really is, like you said, Luke, a chance to make a statement across the state. We'll start with the Rams. Clark Jones, we spoke to him before the game, and he said this team needs to stay disciplined, and when things get tough, they need to stay mentally tough. He also said they need to see other lines produce other than that first line. You got Roby, Kroll, and Gavin Fitzpatrick. They need to see other lines step up, which they did in their last game, which was 4-1 against Darien, and that just shows, which Clark Jones said, how helpful it is when those lines show up. And then on the other side, Mark Mongillo and his staff, they said, honestly, we just got to score goals. We've got a ton of talent on our team, and we just got to put pucks in the back of net. Clark Jones said that as well, and Framer, I think we're in for a good one.
Oh, absolutely. I am so excited, especially with the history these teams have. They faced off multiple times last year, and really this New Canaan team coming off a very big win against Darien. Those rivalry games are always super, super huge, so we're looking for a lot of that depth to show in New Canaan tonight. In net, you have Mason Pickering, who's been playing very, very well for them recently, almost securing the shutout against Darien, couldn't quite get it, but that was a really good game for him, and coming down the final seconds of warm-ups here.
Yeah, it should, I mean, you talk about 4 teams in the state. I think about New Canaan, Darien, Fairfield, Fairfield Co-op, Fairfield Prep, or I guess 5 teams, and Notre Dame, West Haven. And this is a test for the Rams to see where they are in the state. I mean, this is one of the teams they're going to get through to be crowned victorious for the first time in over 50 years. And like I said earlier, Framer, this is going to be one heck of a tilt.
Yeah, and you actually talked about earlier about staying disciplined. I wanted to mention that New Canaan have taken the most penalties in the second period of games in the state, so out of any team. So I think that's a really big key for tonight as well. You talked about Clark Jones, and now we go down to Boyd Harden for the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Welcome to tonight's contest between Fairfield Mustangs and New Canaan Rams. We'll start tonight by introducing the rescue team.
All right, New Canaan in their home whites, Fairfield in their away reds. We are almost ready to get underway here at Darien Ice House, and I gotta tell you, Chase, I am excited.
As am I, and like you touched on earlier, last time these two teams met up in Bridgeport at the Wonderland of Ice, Fairfield took this one 3-1, and obviously later in the season this is going to be a battle of who wants it more, and as Clark Jones touched on, who's mentally tougher and who's more disciplined. The Knights officials, Ray Baldwin and Alan Miller. You can see Doster Kroll hyping up the Rams, and on the other side, Raymer, this is going to be an absolute one for the Bucks. It's such a great opportunity for the Rams to make a statement across the state.
Absolutely, coming off a big win against Darien, and before that a loss against Notre Dame. When you talk about these top 4 or 5 teams, these games are where you make your name. These games are where you state yourself as a top team in the state, a top team in your division, and this is why this is such a big game for New Canaan.
And something that we didn't touch on is Fairfield Co-op, they're allowed to participate in FCACs. The weird thing is they can't participate in states, which is kind of odd, but that's just how it is for some reason. As we're nearing puck drop.
Here we go. Officials now coming out, teams banging on the boards, getting excited. Foster Kroll, Roby, Fitzpatrick to take the face-off for New Canaan. Wheatfeld now trying to get it deep. Wheatfeld immediately making his body presence known. Kroll on the chase. Fitzpatrick against the boards, played by Durfee. Durfee trying to get it deep to Fitzpatrick. Co-op now trying to get their breakout going. Wheatfeld again trying to make an aggressive pinch. Durfee chips out. Co-op has to tag up. Co-op offsides, it's the retreat. Played by Pickering, left for Durfee. Durfee now, nice move on the boards, up to Kroll. Kroll looking for low in the middle. Fitzpatrick now down the left side. Fitzpatrick dumps it deep, goes for a change. Second line now, get it on for the Rams. We have Max Lowe, Tony Del Carmine, and Bryce Lyden. Max Lowe on the chase now deep. Bryce Lyden behind him. As a party, could pinch on the boards there. Kept him by Del Carmine filling in. Max Lowe now behind the net. Up to as a party. As a party, try to keep it down low. Lyden now looking for low in the middle, deflected by Co-op skate. New Canaan put it on the pressure here early. Dumped in by the Mustangs. Connell now looking for as a party on the boards. New Canaan trying to get the forward pass to Del Carmine. Del Carmine in a race for it. Can he get there? Tries to go with the backhand, puts in front. No one could get there. Del Carmine, really good hustle play to get to the puck there. And I mean, that really good breakout there. I mean, they got right through the Mustangs defense there. What do you think, Chase?
What a chance there for Tony Del Carmine, and you can sense Fairfield starting to panic a little bit with such sheer pressure from the Rams in the first 2 minutes.
Really, really aggressive from their Rams. I know that's the game they like to play. They trust their defense. They have senior captain Cameron Wheatfield back there. They trust that they're going to be able to get back. That's why they think that they can play aggressive on the forecheck, and so far it's working.
And that's why they had so much success against Darien.
Absolutely.
Last Saturday.
Fauché on the chase now, third line on for the Rams. Kropp, Fauché, and Carlson. Co-op now, trying to cycle it down low. Connell with the aggressive pitch. Fauché. Fauché, long shot. Paddled away by Xavery. Kept in by Wheatfeld. Fauché on the chase. Over to Carlson. Carlson holding behind the net. Looking for an opening. Fauché now on the side up to Durfee. Durfee carrying it to the middle. Over to Wheatfeld. Wheatfeld now down to Kropp. Good puck movement here from the Rams. Kropp gets it down low to Carlson. Fauché goes for a change. Carlson knocked down on the boards. Looks like Kropp's going to get a chance here. James Combe trying to clear it out. He does. Durfee now with it. Gets up to Kroll. Kroll looking for a little bit up the boards. Can't quite connect. And dumped in by Owen Gibbons. Taken back by Kroll. Kroll trying to show off that blazing speed here. Moving down the left side, trying to make a move. That's the middle. Offsides call.
Alan Miller's going to blow that one dead. And I think that was pretty much all Rams. And you talk about I mean, we've touched on this game so much. The Darien-New Canaan game last Saturday where the Rams took it 4-1. And the Rams, all three of their lines were just taking away Darien's space. And that's what we've sort of seen so far. And Fairfield Co-op hasn't got anything going because of that.
I mean, that game was exciting, wasn't it? Oh, my gosh.
Yes, it was.
Max Lowe coming out firing. Max Lowe, he's a guy who may not be a captain, he may not be a goal scorer like Doster Kroll, but he put the puck back in the net, and I know that was really exciting for him. Now Corey with a chance on the right side. Saved by Savory. Rebound now pops back out. Roby battling for it down low with Kroll. Kicked up to Schwartz. Schwartz trying to clear it out, and he does. Looks like a chance here for Co-op now. Here comes Owen Gibbons. Owen Gibbons looking for the shot. Save, Pickering. Owen Gibbons there coming down. Co-op captain. Good save by Pickering.
Nice chance there for the Co-op. 2-on-1 action, really their first real chance of the game. And it was Swanson who took the shot. Pickering with a good angle, and he had tough shoes to fill this year. Pickering with Bo Johnson, obviously. He's off to prep school, and he's done such a nice job this year, and that's such a nice goalie play, hugging his post, taking away the angle, and that's why he was able to deflect that out of play.
Now Lyden here, trying to get it out. Goes all the way down. Stopped by an icing by Del Carmen. Del Carmen looks for Lyden in the middle. One-timer save by Savory. Good save there by Savory, putting on a few saves early. Here comes Co-op now up the boards, dumping it deep. Pickering elects not to play it. Wheatfeld and Melillo on the chase. Wheatfeld now on it again. Cycle down there with Melillo. Melillo looking up top to the point. Lyden with a good touch on it. Lyden trying to get it deep, can't do it. Durfee now coming up the middle. New Canaan trying to utilize the out-man rush, and offsides, blown dead there.
That's always a tough one. Vice Lyden offsides with Lincoln Durfee trying to get a break going, and that's tough because that would have been a 2-on-1. And Fairfield Co-op starting to put a little pressure on the Rams, but ultimately I would say the Rams have had a little more zone time than Co-op as of thus far.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Co-op's just trying to settle into things, and once they get it deep, they're going to have a pretty, I mean, their forecheck is really good. That's going to be blown dead for ice in there, but they have a really good forecheck that they're going to try to establish here once they settle in.
Co-op bench doesn't like that call, as they claimed that they tipped it after the red line. Obviously, an icing is when you try and dump it in before the red line and it's not touched, and they're going to claim that it was touched, but ultimately the officials have the last say, and they blow that dead. A offensive zone face-off for the Rams.
Carlson on the face. Co-op trying to get the breakout going. Owen Schwartz trying to clear it out. And he does. Played now by Kingsley. Kingsley can't get it deep. Co-op controlling their own half of the ice. Looking for the stretch pass. Trying to find an opening in the New Canaan defense. The dump in deep, stop by as a party. Now Croft with it. Croft looking to get it deep. Can't do it. Here comes Co-op now. Looking for a quick shot on, blocked by as a party. As a party now on it. Played by Schwartz. Schwartz now taking it down the boards. Dumping it deep for Timone. Timone now. Good move by Timone. Looking for the middle. Backhander blocked by Briggs. Good move by Timone there. Trying to get through the New Canaan defense, but eventually blocked. Here comes Co-op back again, showing off that speed and that skill. Owen Schwartz looking in the middle. Picked off by Kroll. Kroll now coming down the right side. 1-on-2. Let's see what he can do with those hands of his. Cuts to the middle. Poked away by Co-op. Very good play by Co-op defenseman. That's Liam Forrest there. Roby now pokes it back to play by Pickering. Wheatfeld has time. Wheatfeld chips it up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick can't get a touch on it. Here comes Liam Forrest again. Dumping it deep. Played by Durfee. Durfee mishandles it. Gets it back though. Good fight there by Durfee. Fitzpatrick now with a chance on it. Gonna look over for Kroll. Kroll trying to go up the right side. He has Roby in the middle. Here he comes, moving in. Look up Fitzpatrick in the middle. Fitzpatrick! And he scores! Gavin Fitzpatrick, number 14, whiffed on the initial shot, but he puts in his own rebound. And way to make up for that almost mistake there. Really good pass by Kroll, looking off Roby and taking it behind the net.
And we've seen this line produce all season. Kroll, Roby, Fitzpatrick. Kroll coming down. The junior captain finds Fitzpatrick in front. And like you said, Framer, he whiffed on the initial shot, but ultimately puts one past the Co-op goaltender and puts a 1 on home side of the scoreboard. Rams up 1. 6 minutes into the first.
Yeah, I mean, really good play there. I thought he was going to give it to Roby in the middle there, but Kroll was patient. He knew he had Fitzpatrick coming down the slot. He waited, and he gave it to him, and Fitzpatrick finished it. Now Max Lowe here on the chase, trying to keep up this continuous pressure that New Canaan has been given off. Wide now with a block. Looking low down low. Co-op now, trying to establish a breakout. Timon chips it out. Kept in by Lowe. Durfee now, getting it deep. Del Carmine on the chase with it. Controlled by Kingsley. Kingsley around the boards. Kept in by Lowe. Leiden now looking for Del Carmine in the slot. Can't quite connect. A little bit in front of him. Lowe now looking to make a move. Stays with it. Looks for Leiden in front. Leiden with a backhand. Saved by Savory. Good puck movement there again by the Rams.
They're going to say it was tipped out of play, which is going to keep it inside the co-op defensive zone. And that's going to be Doster Kroll's 37th point of the season and Gavin Fitzpatrick's 27th. And you talk about two of the best point getters in the state. And you look at Doster Kroll and Gavin Fitzpatrick. I mean, 37 points from Doster Kroll. That's pretty absurd. And so is 27 with Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is more the orchard, you so call it. He's the guy that gets the apples. He's got so many assists, and Doster Kroll just knows how to put the puck in the back of the net.
And now fourth line on for New Canaan. A.J. Bell, John Totaro, and Henry Laddick. This fourth line, New Canaan trying to show some trust in their depth lines here. Totaro on the chase.
And this line is just so good at forechecking, and that's why Clark Jones continues to play them. They're not necessarily ones that put goals up on the board, but they forecheck hard. They grind her. Yep, they grind hard.
Now Co-op here, controlling down low. Played by as a party. Flynn with it. Flynn sending it around. Played by Bell. Bell trying to clear it out. Chips it out over to Totaro. Totaro here one-on-one. Gonna try to make a move. Takes to the right. Dumps it deep and changes. Carlson now on the chase. Co-op trying to establish that breakout. Co-op now here looking for a rush. Good play. Good poked away by a New Canaan defenseman. Wheatfeld pitching up aggressive. Here comes Gibbons. Gibbons cut in the middle. Looking to the front. Saved by Pickering. Deflected off a New Canaan skate. Pickering made a good reaction save. Gibbons and Briggs now. Fighting down low. Chipped up by Carlson. Croft can't quite get there. Long shot from the point. Blocked by Briggs. Croft now looking up to Carlson on the left side. Just a little too far for him. That's going to be whistled down for an icing.
Croft trying to find Carlson there, and that goes for an ice. And you talk about the Rams and how much depth they have. They cycle four lines so much, and that's so important. Not only for saving legs for the second and third period, but when you can cycle those four lines, it also generates competition not only in practice but in games, and that's just so good for teams. And you talk about Fairfield Co-op, they only have 16 guys rostered, so they don't have that ability, whereas the Rams do because they have so many guys on that squad.
Cole now coming down with on the right side. Good breakout there displayed by the Rams. Cole looking for the middle. Can't connect to Fitzpatrick. Now Co-op trying to chip it out. Good pinch by Wheatfeld. Long shot goes wide. Co-op now gets it out. Briggs and Wheatfeld trying to hinge at the point. Dumped all the way deep. New Canaan has to tag up. Cole on the chase. Roby to his left. Kept in by Briggs. New Canaan keeping that sustained pressure on here. 6 minutes left in the first period. Briggs with it at the point. Long shot goes high. Cole is there. Cole down to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick holding it beneath. Maybe looking for Cole in the slot. Staying with it. Looking for Roby around. Roby holds with it. Looks for Cole in the front. He shoots. Saved by Savory.
That first line again. Roby finding Fitzpatrick and Cole in front, and that line can just produce. And that's what Clark Jones has wanted to see more of in his 2, 3, and 4 lines. He said they produced so much this year, the other lines other than the first, but he wants to see more of that. But right now, the Rams have really dominated the past couple minutes with 5:41 to go. In the first, Rams up 1-0 on Co-op.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Savory has also played a really good game. He's made some key saves and given his team chances to get their puck deep and try to work their forecheck. Now Flynn on it for Co-op. Gibbons trying to move it to the middle. Can't quite get there. Cleared out by the middle by Connell. Still in the middle. Gibbons now coming around with it. Shoved away by Pickering. Leiden looking for Del Carmine in the middle. Del Carmine dumping it deep. Icing is waved off. Co-op now trying to get their breakout going. Forrest looking up ice, looking for a stretch pass.
Knocked down by Del Carmine, but still gets out. Co-op here with a chance now. Dump deep. James Colm on the chase. Good play by Max Lowe. Trying to get hit off the puck. Oh, a shot by Liam Forrest goes high. Little flutter puck there. Now here you see, good hit by As a Party. But here you see Co-op's forecheck. They're trying to come alive here. As a Party, can't quite clear it out. Kept in. Controlled down low by Melillo. Melillo now loses the puck. Up to Del Carmine, a little too far for Tony Del Carmine, but puck goes out. That's going to be an offside. Mishandled there by the Co-op defenseman.
Some extracurriculars with O'Connell there after the play, but skates away. And Co-op's just, I mean, what we saw there with the first line twice, which produced their first goal, they just got to be better in front, right? They got to cover those guys, and they just got to communicate who's in front, because, ultimately you can generate screens that way, and that's how you tip goals in the back of the net, and that's how you get given, tic-tac-toe goals that, lead to putting a goal up on the board.
Oh, absolutely. And you talk about those extracurriculars, and a lot of these, really, that one's going to be tipped out of play, and it's going to be a face-off.
Inside the Rams' defensive zone, Lincoln Durfee there trying to send a spectator to the ER to get some stitches.
Souvenir. They're going to take it outside, actually. They're going to say
deflected.
Yeah, and what I was saying earlier, you talk about those extracurriculars, and most of these good games, they're going to get chippy. Yep. And the really great things is about the officials, and most of the officials let the boys play. 100%. You let those boys play. And Krop there showing off that blazing speed, but can't quite get there in time. It's going to be brought all the way down.
Speed kills in hockey, that's what Krop gets. He has. And like you said, Framer, you like to see the physicality, and Clark Jones preaches that. You love to see that stuff. You love to see, not necessarily, the fights after play, unless, somebody touches Pickering or your goalie. But you love to put a body on a couple guys and drill them, and the team always loves to see when somebody goes hard into the boards. And not just that, just get in front of the body and force them to make mistakes.
Yeah, you ever engage in the extracurriculars? I know you're a hockey player yourself. You ever drop the mitts from time to time, or?
I don't know, Framer. I guess you can attest to that.
All right, now Co-op here trying to get their forecheck going. Durfee on it. Durfee moves over to Carlson. Carlson up to Fauché. Fauché can't quite control it. Timone on the chase. Wheatfield also after it. Timone now with it, trying to make a move to the middle. Carlson controls it, trying to get it deep. He's going to backhand it down to the zone. Fauché on the chase. Co-op trying to clear it out. Controlled behind the net by Harmony. Harmony. Up to Kingsley. Kingsley now dumps it deep. He goes for a change. Played by Pickering, left for Durfee. Durfee. Good move to the middle there. Looking for Kroll up the side, a little too much. It's going to be all the way down for an icing. Fitzpatrick can't quite get there.
That was tough, Durfee trying to find Kroll. And what we were talking about earlier with, extracurriculars and stuff, I think, and that's something you like to see. If somebody touches your goalie, you gotta go after. You're throwing a fist right to their jaw, right? You don't. That's not acceptable. And as is, stupid plays. But ultimately, that's what we were talking about. And you said the Rams have those penalties in the second period, and that's what Clark Jones said. They need to stay disciplined, and that's where it starts.
Poked away by Briggs there. Roby now can't quite get there on the chase. Flynn now battling for it. Up to the point. Long shot by rebound. Oh, good save by Pickering. What a save by Pickering. That was Forrest on the shot, and it looked like that was Flynn trying to poke in the rebound, but Pickering comes down with the big stop.
And what a save there by Pickering. If he had an extra second there, he could have come around and put one in the back of the net and tied it up with little time to go in the first. But Pickering able to get his pad on it, and that's what we've seen all year. Pickering just been able to make key stops and
secondary stops as well.
Secondary stops as well, and he's controlling his rebounds very, very well.
But also, you can't count this New Canaan team. Can't sleep. They gotta keep on the pressure, because when Culp gets that forecheck going, they can be dangerous. So we whistled that for offside there.
And a hand pass. I don't know who's going to call it. And let's see where they. I think it's going to be on the other side of the neutral zone.
All the way down.
And they're going to bring it all the way down. Yep. And 2:33 to go in the first.
New Canaan up 1-0.
And you talked about Max Lowe and the fact that he doesn't have many goals. His ability to win faceoffs is absurd. I mean, I think he's the best
center in that regard, winning faceoffs. And
see it again
faceoffs
there.
isn't lacrosse where it wins games, but when you're on your power play, whatever it is, it's very useful. Whether it's your power play or penalty kill, you can generate opportunities out of that, and that's what Max Lowe.
That's what he does best. 100%. He's so good at those faceoffs, and I mean we've seen him win. I mean, let's see. Here he goes again. Another win. Leiden's got to overskate a little bit, and here comes Givens down the sideline. But Max Lowe is really, really good at those faceoffs. Now co-op controlling down low. You have Malilo. Malilo looking down low. Played by Wheatfeld and Lowe. Now Givens. Owen Givens on the puck. Knocked down by Wheatfeld. Wheatfeld now controls. Looking up the wall to Leiden. Leiden can't quite get there. Just battle on the boards here for the puck. Who's going to come out with it? Looks like Durfee's going to win the foot race. Durfee now still battling. Taking it by Wheatfeld. That aggressive co-op forecheck that you talked about. Misplay. Long shot there by Forrest. And misplay there on the boards. New Canaan's got to be able to clear that out. Logan for a hit. Durfee now. Move there behind the net. Controlled by Schwartz. Schwartz skating around, get that cycle going. Looks down for Swanson. Swanson keeping it low. Can't quite connect. Malilo now with it. Down to Schwartz. Schwartz trying to get that cycle going well. Co-op now finally getting their offense going here. Swanson. Swanson up to Forrest. Forrest looking for a long shot. Blocked by Leiden. Sliding block there by Bryce Leiden. Good play. But man, these New Canaan defense are tired.
Co-op putting on a lot of pressure right now.
Schwartz there looking for a move. Can't get it off and falls. Durfee looking for it. Can't get a long shot. And it scores! It was deflected by Ryan Flynn. It may have been off his leg. I couldn't quite see it.
The bench for the Rams is going ballistic as they claim the officials missed a high stick there. Ryan Haggerty and Clark Jones are giving a peace of mind to the officials as that one was taken down with a high stick.
Durfee's clear.
And I mean, some of those were good tips, but ultimately, I think that one might have been a high stick, but they're gonna count it a goal. And such a tough job officiating, and obviously from the angle of the ice, it's also obviously a different perspective. But Rams bench isn't happy with that one, and co-op ties it up at ones with 56 to go in the first.
And you see once co-op settles into their game, that cycle is ruthless, and it is really hard to defend. And in that situation, it's just really important when you have the chance to get that puck out, even if it's an icing or even if it's just a breakout where you get it out to the middle, you have to get that puck out or you will get ran over. Kropf now, looking up to Fauché down the left side. A little too much, but looks like Fauché's going to beat out the foot race. Fauché looking to the other side for Kropf now. Kropf, small guy, but he's got some speed. Fauché looking for Carlson in the middle. Carlson looking for the give and go for Kropf. Can't connect. Here comes co-op now. Ryan Timone cut into the middle. Still has it. Dumped down low. It's Gibbons on the chase. Gibbons played by Azzopardi. Chips up to Kropf. Kropf now. Going to get it out of the zone. Smart play there.
And like you said, when you sense that danger, I mean, honestly, when in doubt, just get it out and keep all that dangerous activity out.
Call over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, a little bit too long for him. And the period will end 1-1. What'd you see there, Harden?
I saw from both sides. I thought the Rams started strong, and then we started to see co-op, gather themselves. And right there at the end of the game when they scored, end of period when they scored, their ability to just play offense and be settled in that cycle game. And Clark Jones, that's what he said before the game. They need to be able to defend because once this co-op team gets going, they cannot be stopped. And that's what he said. And they did a great job of that at the beginning of the game. But once co-op started to gather that, we now have a tie game, and it's going to be interesting to see what the second and third period are like.
All right, so exciting first period. This is the Rams versus the Mustangs, and we will see you for the second period. All right, everybody, welcome back to Darien Ice House for period 2 of the New Canaan Rams versus the Fairfield Mustangs. First things first, we apologize. We got some feedback during the intermission that our mics were far too close to our mouths, and under review they were definitely the quality wasn't too great. So we're gonna try to fix that here for you guys in the second period.
Constructive criticism, always a good thing, and we're gonna take it and use the tips, as I think the quality of our mics sounded poor, but who cares? We've got ourselves one heck of a game, Framer. 1-1.
Yes,
We start of the second, just around the corner. And Frame, we go back to both their goals. New Canaan's first line being able to generate, and once Co-op got going, they just fed the point, cycled, got the point, and ultimately scored from there. And then there was a little bit of controversy with the new Co-op goal, as it was, as New Canaan's bench was claiming it was a high stick, which I think it might have been, but it is what it is. Moved on, and Frame, we've got ourselves a tie game, and it's both teams switch ends, and
I'm excited for the second period. Should be good.
Yep. Ray Baldwin about ready for puck drop here. And here we go, Framer. A chance for one of these teams to submit a notice around the state that, hey, we're here, and we're here for the next couple of weeks with FCX and States right around the corner, and we're here to compete.
And I think the really important thing for New Canaan this period is coming out flying the way they did in that first period, because Fairfield Co-op, they had the momentum coming out of that second period, and they were putting on the pressure. And so New Canaan has to walk away from that and say, hey, we got to do what we did in the beginning half, and we got to keep it up. And
another hand pass come all the way down, unless they deemed it was on New Canaan. That original ice was waved off as they said it was tipped. Let's see where the officials, I didn't see it, so they're going to say it was a hand pass on Co-op, which is going to bring it all the way down. Obviously in youth hockey it's not. Only high stick brings it all the way down, and a hand pass is just last play, if not neutral zone. But in high school's obviously different organization, different rules, so hand pass and high sticks are all the way down.
And that's certified ref Chase Harden talking right there. He knows the rules better than almost anyone. Roby now mishandles the puck. It's going to be Malilo trying to clear it out. Poked away by Cole. Now Fitzpatrick with a chance in front. Poked away by Forrest. Forrest chipped out. Durfee controls now. Durfee up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to get it deep. Durfee playing aggressive there. Now here comes Roby. Roby looking for Cole in the middle. Cole now looking to do a spin shot, knocked down. Now here comes 2-on-1. Malilo and Flynn. Malilo moves in, shoots, and he scores! Malilo, that was Alex Malilo. Fairfield on a 2-on-1, giving them the early lead.
And they just capitalize on mistakes. And again, New Canaan's bench complaining. Clark Jones put his hand up there wanting a penalty. But honestly, I think that was a great no call by the officials. And I think, honestly, in a game like this, unless it's a crime, I think you don't call it. And I think, unless you were tailgating a little too hard before the game, you should know that's not a penalty. And they're letting the boys play, which you always like to see. And I love that no call by the officials. And Co-op is up 2-1.
Yeah, really, really big. That's huge for Co-op. And New Canaan now, they were up 1-0 a few minutes ago, and now they're down by 1. It's in hockey is a really big momentum game, and really that's why that goal is so huge for Co-op. Really good play by Alex Molino there, and now Co-op trying to stain that pressure. Throw into the front, goes through the crease. Played by Azzapardi. As a ref getting in the way a little bit. And now Del Carmine looking for the stretch pass to. Looked like he was looking for Leiden, but Leiden was not there. Puck's gonna be blown down for offside.
Alan Miller deemed that one offsides. And like you touched on, Framer, momentum. It's always good to start a period and end the period strong, and that's what Co-op did. They came out firing and put a goal on the board coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these in high school hockey. I mean,
momentum's so important.
Exactly, which is why a huge aspect is going to the locker room between periods. When you're in youth hockey or in middle school, you don't go to the locker room. You stay out there. You talk to your coaches for a bit, and then you go back out on the ice. So it's really going into the locker room. It's up to the captains of the team and the coaches, but more the captains to get your team fired up and ready to go out for the next period, which is why things like that coming out flat, like New Canaan just showed there, was it was big for Co-op, and Co-op strikes first in the second period.
And that one was blown dead as it hit one of the Rams on the bench, which was a neutral zone faceoff.
Now New Canaan has to tag up. Top on the chase. We've got some forecheck here. Now Fauché on it. Good move there by Combe. Combe now looking to get it deep, and that is going to be waved off. No icing there. That was Connell with the good play. Now Co-op looking to cut to the middle. Stop by Connell. Connell chips it out. James Combe now getting it deep. Co-op trying to establish that forecheck. Played by Pickering there. And that's going to be a tripping. We're going to have a power play here upcoming for the Rams after the tripping.
It's going to be the first.
Yeah, before Pickering can get to the bench, Buck's going to be blown dead.
First call of the night. Alan Miller is going to take one of the Mustangs for a trip. Time for a Rams power play, the first of the night for either team, and a chance for them to capitalize and tie this one up. It looks to be, I think, number 18, Ryan Flynn. I might be mistaken on that one. He's going to go.
You're correct.
They're going to take him for tripping. And they've got Lowe, Del Carmine, Fitzpatrick on defense. They've got Kroll, who usually plays offense, and Durfee on the power play.
You can put Kroll anywhere on the power play. Kroll driving the net immediately. Saved by Savory. Kroll immediately showing why he's such an essential weapon on that power play. He's playing defense. He comes up the board. He drives the middle. Doesn't matter.
And Kroll just came around. That's what we said. Co-op's got to take away the front and make sure guys can't get there.
Kroll now with a long shot. Deflected. Just wide. Lowe now controlling down low. Moving with it. Looking for Del Carmine. Del Carmine can't quite connect with Fitzpatrick. Durfee now with it up top. Gets it down to Lowe. Lowe looking down low to Del Carmine. Del Carmine looking for Kroll on the boards. Kroll now gets it. Looking for Fitzpatrick down low. Can't quite connect. Oh, almost kept in there by Durfee, but can't quite get a strong enough stick on it. Durfee now skating it in. Durfee trying to control down the boards. Loses it. Good play by Fitzpatrick there to try to keep it in. Kroll now with it. New Canaan trying to set up their power play here. Over to Durfee. Durfee back to Kroll. Kroll looking for a one-timer. Just whiffs on it. And New Canaan is going to have to reset here. So far, New Canaan not being able to set up anything other than that initial burst by Kroll. Del Carmine now with it. Trying to control. Oh, moves to the middle. Del Carmine a slot. Looks over to Lowe. Lowe shoots. Blocked away by Harmony.
What a pass there from Del Carmine on his backhand.
No looker.
And backhands usually generate turnovers, but not there. Del Carmine with the vision finding Lowe, who put the first goal on the board against Darien, and almost there as it was tipped wide.
Oh, Kroll loses it. And New Canaan's got to reset again. Melillo on the chase. Melillo trying to pin it down low. Prevent the Rams from getting another rush. Fitzpatrick now looking up for Carlson. Excuse me, Del Carmine. Del Carmine able to cheap it to Carmine, looking for his own rebound. Looking for the front for Kroll. Can't quite connect. Fitzpatrick now looking, just throws it across to Kroll. Kroll, they got to set up. Looks for Del Carmine in front. It's stopped by Savory. What a save by Savory. And that was looking to shoot it again. Sorry to interrupt you, Chase, there. What a stop by Savory.
I mean,
New Canaan. And they are going to be even. Del Carmine looking for one more pass in front. Controlling it down low. Looks for Kroll in front. Kroll just pushed wide. Has a party now, keeping it down low. Kroll trying to throw it in front of the net, and that's going to be covered by Savory.
that was a good kill there from Co-op, and that was pretty much grand larceny there from Savory with just an absolute robbery. I mean, that's whatever you want to call it. Could have been a bank robbery. I mean, that was just a beautiful save, and Lowe there with a great feed to Del Carmine, but sometimes guys just make nice plays, and that's what Savory did to keep it a 2-1 lead for Co-op. I mean, that's going to go on any highlight reel. That's a Sports Center top 10 play right there.
Yeah. It's like Shesterkin.
I would say more of a. I mean,
more of a
an Islanders guy. I think Sorokin's the better goalie from Shesterkin, but we can discuss that another time.
It's hard to beat the Vizina winner, Harden.
The Islanders are the better team in the league. my opinion.
I'll let the standings decide that one.
They're better down the stretch.
Fourth line on now for New Canaan. Tataro, Bell, Laddick. Bell keeping it down low. Chased by Tataro. Tataro getting mixed up, and co-op player down. That is James Combe, one of their better players, down on the ice. Him and Tataro just collided in the offensive zone, and he's not getting up.
No, it looks like he's holding his head. I can't tell.
Now him and Tataro just collided. There was no intent, but he went down and he didn't get up.
New Canaan's trainer walking on the ice now. I can't tell if he's holding his head. It looks like it, but he looks to be shaken up there.
He's
Let's
getting
see.
up slowly. They're gonna give him a quick check out. Seems to be okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. It might be a wrist hand thing.
It looks like maybe he got hit and he could have landed on it. Weird wrists are, you never know.
They blew that one for an icing, which brings it all the way down into the co-op defensive zone. And Clark Jones is going to send on the fourth line Laddick, Tataro, and Bell. And see what the fourth line for the Rams can do. And you talk about if co-op only have 16 guys, the amount of talent they have on the team. So, I mean, they have so many guys that can just generate points.
Now, as a party, up to Bell. Bell trying to get it deep. Stopped by Forrest. Forrest up to Kleinberg. Kleinberg dumps it deep. Played by Pickering, left for as a party. As a party trying to chip it out. Good play by Tataro to get it out. Trying to get it deep. It's going to be blown down. Handled in the zone. Mishandled there by Kleinberg.
Yeah, with 9 to go in the second, still a 2-1 lead for co-op. And what I was touching on is the Rams have so many guys on their roster, which is, I talked about that earlier. And co-op only having 16 guys, but they got guys like Ryan, Timon, Swanson. They both got 23 points. Then you got guys like, James Combe, who's got 15, Owen Gibbons with 23, Flynn with 21. They've got guys that can just put up points.
Here comes Fitzpatrick, long shot. Sakita Roby cutting, but Fitzpatrick trying to utilize that quick release. And here comes co-op on the counterattack. Noah Kingsley moving down the right side. He's given to the middle, looking for the tip. Off the skate behind the net. Sent down to Roby. Roby controlling behind the net. Trying to chip it off the boards, but kept in by Kingsley. Kingsley waits, long shot, rebound, popped out to the slot, but Wheatfeld was quick to shove it away. Now Kroll here, gonna look for Fitzpatrick on the left side. A little bit too long, Fitzpatrick though on the race for it. Smart play by Fitzpatrick to get it deep. Puck's going around for Kroll. Kroll misplays it there. And looks like Co-op's going to have a chance for it. And yes, they will. Gibbons now looking up ahead for Malillo. Malillo now in Wheatfeld in a little shoving match on the boards. Durfee up to Kroll. Can't quite connect. He's going to get beat to it by Forrest. That's going to go back for it. Wheatfeld and Swanson locked up. Now Durfee. Durfee looking for Kroll. Trying to get it going. Off the skater Roby. Roby trying to keep it deep. On the chase. Good play there by Roby. We have James Combe trying to clear it out. Previously injured. It's good to see him back out on the ice again. Kept in. Kroll now in the slot looking for it. Ooh, can't quite get the shot off. Kroll causing a turnover. Leiden. Kroll down low. Kroll looking to get it in front. Can't quite do it, and it is going to be cleared out. Swanson now down the left side. Looking for Combe in the middle, but they cannot connect. Kroll still on. Long shift here for Joshua Kroll. And here comes As a Party. As a Party. Oh, he had Leiden in the middle. Didn't quite get it off in time. New Canaan now putting on to that pressure that we've been talking about. But a good play by Forrest to try to keep it deep. Played by Connell. As a Party up to Leiden. Looks like an odd man rush here for the Rams. Good move by Leiden. Leiden cutting to the middle. Deflected away by a sliding Fairfield defenseman. Out to Leiden. Leiden chips it up in the middle. Now Carmine is going to get it down low. Leiden with a battle for it. Leiden up to Connell. Connell, long shot, it looks like blocked away by Swanson. As a Party now in Del Carmine, trying to work down low. Del Carmine on the chase. That's going to be cycled around. Here comes Forrest. Forrest chips it out. Knocked down by Leiden. Leiden, good move at the blue line. Leiden trying to get it deep for Del Carmine. Good stop by Lowe there. Lowe there looking for Leiden. Leiden wasn't quite ready. New Canaan finally putting on that pressure. Arden, what do you want to see them? Do you want to see him keep doing this? What do you want to see him establishing here? Because this aggressive forecheck seems to be working for him finally.
They're just playing the good style of hockey, right? Get it deep, dump, and chase, and that's what we're seeing, and that's just simple hockey, and they're generating chances out of it.
Ooh, good chance there for Co-op Swanson. New Canaan wanted an offsides call. Looked like it may have been. And a good play by Fauché there to get it out. Fauché, Kropf, and Carlson on now. Fauché getting it deep and on the chase, showing off that speed. Fauché versus Kingsley. Fauché now getting the hit on the boards. Played down low by Kropf. Carlson can't get a touch on it. Kropf now back on the chase. Held up by Gibbons there. Looked like he wanted the hook and call. Carlson and Kropf fighting down low for it. New Canaan keeping that pressure up. Co-op's gonna have a breakout here. Here comes Malillo down the right side. Alex Malillo has a good game so far. 1 goal in that 2-on-1. Now back up, long shot. Gonna be blocked by Kropf on his knees. Here comes Kingsley. Kingsley down the left side, looking for a chance in the middle. Can't quite get it. Now Brendan Briggs. Brendan Briggs looking for the stretch pass, chips it up. Up for Kropf. Kropf's gonna get a change on. Here comes Fitzpatrick now, fresh off the bench. That first line on for New Canaan. Good play by Durfee there to block an almost certain odd man rush for Co-op. But here they come back again. Here comes Gibbons. Poked away by Durfee. Co-op working in front, almost connecting, but here comes Fitzpatrick. Over to Kroll, back to Fitzpatrick. Good puck movement there. Fitzpatrick coming down the right side, left side. Looks up to the middle for Kroll. Kroll deflected away. Fitzpatrick not controlling. Fitzpatrick looking in the middle for Kroll. A little bit too far inside of him. Durfee keeps it deep. His first line, trying to work for New Canaan. Roby now to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick back to Kroll. Kroll blocked by Kingsley. Good play by Kingsley to block it. New Canaan sustaining that pressure. Down low to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, take it to the net. Try to stuff it in. Rebound still in front. Roby shoots it. Blocked. Roby again. Holding it. Oh my! What a chance!
What a look there from Roby trying to find Kroll. And Co-op senses just danger and sketchy stuff about to happen, and what a smart play to ice it there. But you talk about a great look from the sophomore Braden Roby. That's the best chance they've had all night. And Braden Roby, just an unselfish play, choosing to pass it instead of shooting. And he saw Kroll right on the doorstep, and Kroll just couldn't quite corral it. And that would have been an easy tap-in.
Yeah, it looked like it was fluttering a little bit, but New Canaan going to try to go off that momentum, that close chance. Leiden looking for Durfee up top. Durfee cuts it to the middle. Long shot deflected by, not Forrest, excuse me. Leiden again with it. Leiden looking in the middle, good move. Played by Lowe now. Lowe taking it down low. Trying to look for a pass in the middle. Looking for Leiden, whiffs on it. Durfee though, in the middle, shoots, rebound. Del Carmine in front, trying to get another shot on, and deflected away. New Canaan putting on the pressure. Now Max Lowe on the chase. Max Lowe on Forrest. Lays a hit on him, played by Connell. Leiden trying to keep it deep. Max Lowe with it now. Max Lowe looking for Del Carmine in front. Del Carmine looking to make a move, just mishandles it. That's James Combe on the puck against Del Carmine. Play by Max. Max, Lowe, Kropf, and Del Carmine on now. And Co-op now, here comes Forrest down the right side, trying to create a counterattack here. Connell on the puck. Good play to keep him to the outside. Durfee now on it. Durfee cutting up, looking for Del Carmine, can't connect, and Co-op's going to keep it in their own zone. Connell at the battle. Co-op looking to cut it to the front. Up to Kingsley. Kingsley shot and high. Or it could have been deflected, excuse me. Long shot by Forster again, and saved by Pickering. Late hit there on Pickering, and New Canaan doesn't like that.
And yeah, it looks like they gave him a little shove after the play. The officials say, can't do that. Nice job by Durfee and Connell to get in there to say, you're not touching our goalie. Nice stop there from Pickering in position. 2:18 to go in the second with the Rams trying to put one on the board to tie this one up. Framer
It's been all
Co-op,
action.
yep, had the early goal, and it has just been back and forth since.
That puck almost cleared up by Carlson, but kept in. Elliot Kropf on the puck. At speed again, but unfortunately can't quite beat out the icing. Elliot Kropf showing off that blazing speed. He's not the biggest guy on the ice, but he makes up for it in grit and speed. And he's not afraid to he's not afraid to use the body either, even though he's small.
No,
he's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
And Framer, like we said earlier in the game, speed kills in hockey, and he has just speed like no other, and he can just generate chances through that. Their third line produces, a pretty good amount, whether it's offensively or defensively, and it sort of starts with Croft's speed.
Not someone fun to play against, I'll tell you that. I've played against him a few times. He's not fun to play against, defend against, forecheck against, everything pretty much. And here he comes again, trying to get it deep. Del Carmine filling it behind, as a party, filling it behind him, getting it deep. Kingsley on it. Looking for they're all the way down. Looks like it's going to be on net. Pickering taps it out to Briggs. Briggs goes back to as a party. As a party now bumped off the puck. And here we go for a chance for Co-op. Oh, and just misses wide. Great move there by Fairfield, but can't quite put it in.
And
Good play there. 2-on-1 here. Fitzpatrick and Fauché. Fauché now looks for Fitzpatrick, blocked by Kingsley. Good play there. Roby now on it. Roby trying to keep the forecheck going. Controls up top. Goes over to Briggs. Briggs keeps a little Kroll. Kroll looking for a cutter in the middle. Good move. Looks for Roby. Just a little bit behind him. Fitzpatrick goes on it. Fitzpatrick, he's a hustler. Looking to force it to the middle. Fitzpatrick and Roby combining down low. Roby now back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looking back over Kroll. Doesn't see it there. Kroll now with it on the wall. Nice move. Looking to cut it for the front. Over to Brendan Briggs. Brendan Briggs, long shot deflected up. On defense right now, you have Brendan Briggs and Owen Briggs, the two brothers.
And let's see. I think it's going to stay inside.
Looked like it was deflected off of a
Co-op
player.
Yeah. And you talk about Co-op. I mean, they had such a great chance there. Owen Gibbons with a series of moves, and he had the right side of Pickering beat, but put it just by the post, and then the Rams come down, and that first line, we see it all the time. They just generate.
Oh, Gavin Fitzpatrick, quick shot. Rebound bounces up in front. Right off the face-off, Fitzpatrick. And that puck's going to be deflected out. Fitzpatrick with a quick shot, and no one in the crease to get a second shot on there, but good shot.
It's going to stay at center ice. 30.8 to go in the second, and I'm sure the Rams are trying to put a 2 on the board and try and make this a tie going into the third. Obviously, going into the locker room with a tie, essentially a 0-0 game, is much better than going in with the mindset that we have pressure on us to score a goal.
Absolutely, but I think also another way to look at it is when you're coming out down a goal, you may almost not exactly want that, obviously, but it might be nice to have that
motivation.
You're goal hungry, and the other team might kind of let off the gas a little bit.
Yep.
And that may not be the case, but if it is, then you got a good chance to get one, get the momentum back, and maybe score another, get the W. Fairfield now just pinning it down low, and that is gonna be the end of the second period. There, 2-1 Fairfield. Chase, what'd you see there in that period? Overall?
A lot of back and forth action other than that first goal there by Co-op in the beginning of the period. It was a lot of back and forth action that you like to see. I'm sure both coaches are pleased with the play. Obviously, Clark Jones and his staff down by 1. Obviously, you're not happy with that. But the way both teams played, Pickering and net both goalies, I thought it was an overall great period. And Co-op has the 2-1 lead going into the locker room as the Zamboni is coming on for the ice cup.
We will see you for the third period here at Darien Ice House. Mustangs 2, Rams 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fairfield Mustangs versus the New Canaan Rams. Mustangs currently up 2-1 in a tight defensive played game. Pardon, what do you want to see here in this third period?
You know, ultimately, the Rams have to put one in the net to tie it up. So they got to, 15 minutes is a lot of hockey to be played. It's essentially an eternity in the sport of hockey. But they got to produce and they got to score goals and they got to keep goals out of the back of the net. And that starts from the defense. They've had a little trouble there this year. But ultimately, Cam Wheatfeld was like, enough of this. And he's brought in a strong core. You got Durfee, you got Connell. It starts there. And then the first and second line for the Rams, they got to start producing. I mean, you talk about this Rams defense. They have to be solid. Pickering, they got to keep guys away from the net. Durfee, the strong sophomore, Connell, and they really stepped it up big time. On the other side, Co-op, they, I would say, hey, they're the ones that they don't need to score to win the. I mean, obviously you want to score a ton of goals because you want to. Obviously that just makes it hard on the Rams, but ultimately they have to play strong defensively, and it starts there because they're not the ones that need to put the puck in the back of the net. The Rams do. So they just got to play strong defensively, and then that's where offensive opportunities are generated.
So if you're Co-op here, you think you come out aggressive and continue that forecheck, or do you think you play a little bit more passive? And as you can see here, they are coming out aggressive. You don't even have to answer that one. And right off the bat, they're coming in hot.
I don't think you're giving up whatsoever. There's no reason to. This is a huge battle, and unless there was 30 seconds left, but you got a whole period. You're trying to score, Framer, and you're trying to put a 3 or 4 up on the scoreboard.
Fitzpatrick now coming down the left side, looking to get around Forrest there. Keep deep, first line on for the Rams. Gets low by Roby Fitzpatrick, looking for Kroll in front, but couldn't quite get a handle on the puck. Fitzpatrick now keeping it down low. Trying to get chipped out, and that is going to be in ice. Co-op is mad. They did not want the nice to call there. They thought it deflected off a Wheatfeld's stick, but as we can see from up here, it did not. So that's going to go all the way back down.
And I think they thought Wheatfeld had a shot at it. They were giving Alan Miller, one of the officials, a look, and Alan Miller just shakes his head like it's not his job to touch the puck. It's
he's talking to him right now.
Yeah, it's not their defender's job to make sure that it's not on ice, and that's why they deemed it on ice.
Face off one back, but out of the reach of Azaparty as he now controls it. Swanson on him. Shorts. Now Leiden now looking to chip it out to Max Lowe. Max Lowe can't quite get it, taken down, but good play by Del Carmine. Del Carmine cutting on the outside, looking for a defenseman maybe. Scissoring with Azaparty. Over to Connell. Long shot by Connell. Shoved away by Savory. Azaparty keeps it deep. Leiden and Lowe working it deep. Lowe trying to keep in control. Aggressive pinch by Azaparty, but it's going to be chipped out by Swanson. Connell on it now, and Schwartz on the chase. Couldn't quite beat that icing, so it's going to go back all the way down for the Rams.
The Rams, this is what you sort of save you play multiple lines for, right? You play 1, 2, 3, 4 lines so that in the third period, you're able to cycle those 1 and 2 lines with fresher legs. But Clark Jones is going to send on his third line, and that just shows the confidence he has in the depth of the squad. As for Co-op, they've really only been cycling 1 or 2 lines. Obviously, they don't have many guys on their team, but they've really only been cycling 1 or 2 lines, and that's just tiring them out.
And also, realistically, I don't think that Clark Jones sees this third line differently than he sees the second and maybe not even his first. I think really the only Wheatfeld and Ryan Flynn there exchanging some words after the play, but I think that he sees this third line and he sees the second line as the same. I mean, he may see that first line as a little bit above or that fourth line is a little below, but
and the first line generates goals. But their 2 and 3 lines, their plus minus is in the plus column, which is just, that's a good thing. And if they can just not give up goals, hey, we're playing you all day, right? You can play well defensively, great.
Absolutely. Now Co-op now. That was Ryan Flynn, WKT. Excuse me. Oh. Now Gibbons taken away by Carlson. Carlson now on the right side. 3-on-2. Fauché in the middle. Carlson trying to make a move. Doesn't quite work, but he regains control. Kropf now gives it to Carlson. Carlson looking for the point. Can't quite get the power on it. Good move by Gibbons, cutting to the middle. Poked away by Azaparty. Now Carlson looking to go down the left side. Can't connect. Oh, Briggs looking for Kroll. Kroll on the right side. 2 men on him. Poked away by the co-op defense. Roby now and Kroll working. Roby down low to Kroll. Kroll in front. Oh, what a shot. It looks like it just hit off the right side of that net there. Kroll with a really good chance. He's had some good chances in this game, and he's gotten close.
And this first line again.
Here comes a long shot. Excuse me, not long, but shot from the top of the circle. Now Roby, Fitzpatrick, and Kroll on a 3-on-3. That was Swanson with that shot from the top of the circle there. And here comes Harmony. Harmony with a long shot. Another long shot. Shoved away by Pickering and deflected out.
Nice job by Pickering, directing it out of play there. Look,
Control.
able to control the puck in that first line. Fitzpatrick, Roby, and Kroll. I think we've talked about them a gazillion times, but another chance there. Kroll right in front. You know, we've seen that play so many times. Fitzpatrick works it around. Roby's on the left side, and then Kroll's parked right in front, and they almost had another one there. They had one earlier, and then obviously that's how they scored their first goal.
He felt now up to Leiden. Leiden can't quite beat the co-op defenseman. Durfee now on it. Help from Del Carmine. Del Carmine. Oh, nice tip there. Good deflection. And the wraparound. Oh, what a save from Pickering. Pickering just stopped a sure goal. Oh, that was Melillo looking for the wraparound, and Pickering gets over there just in time. Now Durfee trying to clear it out. Co-op though, keep it in. Alex Melillo looking up front. Chance here. Ooh, good play there by Durfee, shoving him down. Now here comes the Rams. Max Lowe and Del Carmine on the right. Max Lowe on the left side. Taking it down, using that speed. Looking for Del Carmine down low. Back up to Lowe. Lowe up to Wheatfeld. Wheatfeld, long shot looking for a deflection. Deflected long and deflected out of play. Looks like it's going to stay in the zone.
And Pickering with just a great save there. We saw one earlier in the second period from Savory with an absolute rob. And that's another one right there, right? Pickering was like, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. And co-op came around, and just a great cross-crease save there from Pickering, keeping it a 1-goal lead from co-op, and a 2-goal lead would have been even tougher. So nice job there by the seasoned Pickering.
Also, very good initial save there. I mean, even better second save, obviously, but you got to be composed for both those, and he was.
Yep, you got to credit both of them.
Yes, you do. Fourth line back on for the Rams here. Pickering plays it for as a party, over to Tataro. Tataro can't quite clear it out. Connell there with the help. AJ Bell can't quite get a stick on it. Now Laddick here. Laddick trying to look up for Tataro, can't connect. Tataro though, looking to get it deep. Johnny Tataro, workhorse down low. Oh, it looks like he had Fitzpatrick there going to the crease, but couldn't quite see him. Fitzpatrick now trying to force it to the crease, but can't quite do so, but he regains control. Down low to Roby. Roby holds it. Roby back up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looking to make a move to the middle, and he does. Another one over to Roby. Roby takes control. Poked away by co-op. Fitzpatrick trying to force it in front again. This first line, they're producing. Connell now looking to keep it in, he does. Roby down to Kroll. Kroll over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, one more spinorama. Oof, blocked. But the defenseman looked like Forrest, couldn't quite tell. Kroll now with it, making a move to the middle. Chip pass, blocked away by co-op. Now here comes co-op. Here is Schwartz. Schwartz in a 1-1. Good back check there by Azzopardi. Trying to look for the middle. It's going to be off the skate. Schwartz again here. 2-on-1. Can't get it to the middle. Looks like he's going to have Kroll down the left side if he can make the pass. Off the boards, he does. Good look for Kroll here. Kroll using that speed. Stops on it. Shoots. Oh, blocker saved by Savory. Good look for Kroll there. Fitzpatrick over to Roby. Roby looking for Kroll on the back door. Roby keeps it down low to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick holds it. Keeps it behind the net. Buchanan putting on that pressure that we talked about earlier. Co-op though looks like they're finally going to get a breakout here. Unless Kroll can put a stop to it. He cannot. It looked like Hetherman was trying to get it in there, but this goes offsides. Really good shift there from that Buchanan first line.
100%. And at a certain point, you would think Clark Jones starts to lessen those lines and starts playing 1 and 2 a lot. I mean, 8:53, a lot of hockey still to be played. But at a certain point, they got to put the puck in the back of the net if they want to tie this one up. So Clark Jones and Ryan Haggerty and the staff of the Rams, I'm sure, are talking that over.
I mean, I don't want to look too far ahead into the future here, but there have been times when Max Lowe here with a chance from the slot blocked. There have been times when this Rams team is, I mean, their first game they played against Darien, Doster Kroll buried one with, I think it was minute 16, something like that, last 2 minutes of the game to tie it up and send it to overtime. Now that game ended up in a tie, but I mean, that's a big difference. Kroll scores one when you're pulling the goalie, and it's a totally different game. There comes Durfee. Del Carmine getting out. Durfee now makes a nice move to his back end. Looks for Leiden in front. Leiden shoots, save, rebound, can't quite get a stick on it. Really good save by Savory there as Leiden gets robbed in the slot. Now Co-op looking for the stretch pass up to Harmony. Harmony gets it now. Beating the race to by Durfee. Durfee, good hit on the puck there, way to play the body. Max Lowe now coming around, trying to use that speed. Up to Leiden, stopped, long shot. Can't quite get a tip on it. Del Carmine now in the race for it. Del Carmine and Harmony. Harmony over to Swanson. Swanson dumps it deep and it's played by Pickering. Excuse me, missed by Pickering. Brendan Briggs on it. Puck pops out to Harmony. There comes New Canaan. Carlson falls, gets back up quickly. Carlson and Kropf on the chase. Good forecheck there by the Rams. O'Shea trying to keep it deep. We whistle down.
Looks like the net came off. No, it's actually a malfunction with the goalie's mask. So it's going to stay inside. The Alan Miller and the officials are going to send him off to get a new helmet. Looks like the backup's going to hand him one.
Backup.
And if we go back to that play of Durfee, I mean, Durfee, the sophomore, with a series of moves, and he's just such a great offensive defenseman. And he put on a series of moves, realized he couldn't get a strong shot off, turned, made the unselfish play, and found Bryce Leiden parked right in front. And Leiden with a great opportunity, and once again, I mean, Leiden got a great shot off, great pass from Durfee, but, you know, Savory has shown how strong of a goalie he has been, and he robbed him in front once again. And we're a little stoppage here.
Still figuring out with the goalie gear. It looks like they don't want him to just trade with the backup goalie, maybe too big or too small. Ref's going to go check in with the New Canaan coaches, make sure everything's all right. Looks like they're trying to figure it out. Maybe a strap came loose in the back, maybe a string. I mean, I'm no goalie expert, but usually when you take a shot, that makes me think that Leiden shot actually hit him in the mask and maybe just unclipped one of his.
Done. Unless we go back to the olden days where the goalies played without masks, a little old school hockey. I mean, that's crazy that goalies used to play without masks.
You got to be so tough for that.
Getting one to the noggin.
I mean, going to use this chance to come together and maybe drop some strategy for this.
Use it as a timeout, or, you know, sort of.
Yeah,
use
like
it as a way to rest and game plan.
They're drawing up a plan for their third line here. You have Kropf, Carlson, and Fauché on forwards here, and Azzopardi and Brendan Briggs on defense. Excuse me, Owen Briggs.
And, I mean, right now, something we've seen a lot of is New Canaan's ability to get to the front of the net. Leiden, that first line as well. And if all they need to do is really get in front, screen it, and Fairfield's got to understand that, and they got to, be tough in front of the net and force, New Canaan to take bad shots, which they really haven't. So they got to do that. New Canaan right now, they just got to get guys to the front. Like Clark Jones said before game when, we talked to him, he said, be mentally tough, and when you're in that front of the net, you just got to be tough, and you got to have grit, and you got to stay there and get it up to your point, whether it's Durfee, Wheatfeld, Briggs, whoever it is, Connell, get shots off, and then that's going to generate rebounds, and that's Framer. We see so many of those gritty goals and rebounds, and something that's always said is, on the score sheet it doesn't say how you score. It's just the number and the name, and nobody really cares. I mean, it's pretty cool to snipe and go top cheddar, but honestly, in the end of things, whether it's a snipe where mama keeps the cookies or just a gritty goal, it really doesn't matter as long as you put one up on the board, and that's what the Rams have really been able to do this year.
A lot of hockey lingo there, Chase.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're just going down the vocab list.
Yeah.
For a minute there. Looks like still figuring it out. Still a big stoppage in time here. Looks like New Canaan coaches aren't too happy with this, and fans are getting a little restless. So
put in the backup maybe, but
goes.
now
Savory back
it's
out
all
on.
fixed. Yep.
Unknown whether that's his helmet fixed or just the backup's helmet. Looks like it's his helmet fixed because the backup has put his the backup of Jake Hedman has put his helmet back on, and here we go. The New Canaan bench is hyped. Roby, Kroll, and Fitzpatrick on their first line. They're going to try to produce here. Roby here to take the face. Roby wins it back. Briggs now, keeping it deep. Roby now looking for Kroll in front. Over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick over to Kroll. Kroll cannot get a stick on it. Now Co-op here on the counter attack. Coming down. Dumped in by Flynn. Flynn on the chase. Big hit by Flynn and as a party there. Off the side of the net. Flynn with it. Looking for the man up top. Here's Forrest. Taking it to the outside. Holding it again. Deflected in front. Catch from Malillo. And what a play by Dylan as a party. Laying out, putting his body on the line to stop that shot and maybe the goal. Dylan as a party. Really, really good defensive play there, and I know Pickering's going to be thanking him for that one soon. As a party trying to get Pickering back his stick. Gibbons now looking down to Malillo. As a party with it. Trying to use that speed up the ice. Taken away by Malillo. Malillo coming down, looking for a move on Briggs. Picked away by Pickering. As a party, just going to get a deep, smart play there. Going to go down for an ice. Unless it is called off, it is not.
And smart play by as a party to ice it there. And you talk about a player making plays, Dylan as a party selling out for his teammates. And that, I think that would have been a goal if as a party didn't sell out there. And we go back to that stoppage. Clark Jones, smart on him. He used that as a way to rest his first line because originally they had the third line on. And he's like, you know what, screw that, we're sending on our first. So great job there by Jones, and then as a party with a great sellout to keep it at a one-goal game.
Durfee with it, taking it around, taking his time with it. Off to Del Carmine, off to Del Carmine's skate. Del Carmine taking it out. He's going to go down the left side, try to use that speed to get it deep, and he does. Leiden on the chase, low on the right side, Del Carmine to his left. Can't quite get there, and Wheatfeld not able to get to that puck around the boards. Wheatfeld looking for Low, and Low with a big hit on the boards. Taken by Leiden. Leiden the foot race for it. Not going to quite get there, just going to be covered by Savory.
Clock.
Line, they're playing desperate.
Clock starting to tick, still 5:44 to go, but see what he's going to send the first line on, and like we touched on Framer, he's starting to cycle 1 and 2, understanding that they need to put one in the back of the net. And right now, Mark, the Fairfield's just cycling one line and sort of a second line.
And Buchanan similarly. Fitzpatrick, Kroll, and Roby. Fitzpatrick looking to the front, blocked away. Now Roby here, another chance. Blocked away again. Roby looking up, looking back down to Fitzpatrick. Pops out in front, covered again by Savory.
And I'm sure Mangello's just telling his guys on the bench, look, we have 5:30 to go in this third period. We want to score goals, but focus on our defense first, right? They need to score. The Rams need to score. So all we need to do is just not make dumb plays, just get everything out of the zone and force the Rams to make a play and maybe make a mistake trying to make a play, and then you get a goal out of it.
I think they're playing forecheck first, breakout first, forecheck second. And that puck will be deflected out into the crowd. It looks like it's going to be a center ice face-off.
Yeah, it might be, yep, center ice. And the second line is going to come out for the Rams. Mangello is going to keep the first line on the ice. And this is going to be, the second line for the Rams versus the first line for Co-op has been a pretty good battle today.
Absolutely. And it's going to be really, really tight to see how Co-op's one line deals with getting tired and that exhaustion, and how New Canaan kind of battles against that with that desperation. Knocked down by As a Party, moving it to the middle, taking it back, down to Leiden. Leiden with a big move, looking in the middle, pushed down in front and sent down by Co-op. That's going to be nice and bring it all the way down. New Canaan cooking down low. They're looking to get pucks in front. They're looking to move it down the boards, like you see there. Leiden with a good move. Couldn't quite get it to the front there where he had Low and awaiting Del Carmine, but you got to think they're going to keep trying that, hoping to get one soon.
And obviously you want sustained possessions if you're Co-op, but honestly, if you just ice a puck 1,000 times in the next 5 minutes, it doesn't really matter as long as you don't let the Rams score. That's what their thinking process is.
It's not like the NHL where you can't change.
Correct.
It's not much punishment. Here comes a 2-on-1. You have Gibbons and you have Flynn. A good play there by Connell to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Now Max Lowe with it up on the right side, trying to get it deep. Played by Harmony. Harmony still with it, trying to send it around. Blocked by As a Party, kept in. Good move by Del Carmine, poked away. Here comes Flynn now with it down the left side. Long shot, slugged by Pickering.
And Pickering saw that one the whole way. Easy glove save for him. And, 1 and 2 lines, that's what you save up for. And that's the depth for the Rams, right? If you're able to cycle 4 lines, when you get late in the third, this is what you save those legs for, and that's what they're doing. As for Co-op, they've just been cycling lines, and we really haven't seen them get too tired as of now, but I'm sure they will in the next couple minutes.
Quick shot there by Co-op. Going high. Kroll looking up for Fitzpatrick. Secondary effort here. Still looking for Fitzpatrick and finally dumped deep. Fitzpatrick on the chase. No, Roby with it. Roby looking to cut to the middle. Maybe looking back for Kroll. Sticking with it, Fitzpatrick now. Looking back down to Roby. Roby, good move. Kroll camping in the slot, waiting for an opportunity. Clark's going to look for the ice out. Nice play by Durfee. Roby in front. Roby can't quite get a handle on that bouncing puck. Really good opportunity for Roby there on the keep-in by Durfee. 2 men down for New Canaan. Kroll, Durfee, and Wheatfeld waiting at the top. Co-op trying to pin and slow play down here. Refs trying to get him to move the puck. Roby trying to dig it out, and he does. Looking to move it to the middle. Can't quite get it. Roby now keeping it down low. Good hit by Co-op. That's going to be a nice down. Here comes that first line again. Charles Swanson. Good play by Wheatfeld, keeping the outside with the secondary effort by Swanson. And Wheatfeld just shoved Swanson in the net, but net's off. Fans not too happy about that one. Wheatfeld shoving down Swanson in the crease.
Fans not happy with that one, but in the third period of a 2-1 game with 3:11 left, you're not making that call. I don't care who you are. That's a pretty tough call to make, and obviously the officials letting the boys play, which you love to see. And like we said earlier in the game, honestly, at this point in the game, unless it's a crime and you're being put behind bars for it, I'm not making the call.
And that's something I agree with personally. Now Leiden here going down the left side. Looks like he's Del Carmine on his left. Leiden now bring it to the front. He shoots and high. Really good chance for Leiden there. Can't quite get a puck on net. But here they go again, trying to keep it down low. Leiden now with it. Looking for the long shot. Whiffs on it. Connell just trying to get it deep and shoots it right out of bounds. Almost hit the cameraman up there on that right side.
Was that the pitching wedge or the 7-iron? I couldn't tell.
It went pretty high. Usually 7-iron. Going a little bit lower up. It looked like it had a little draw on it.
Little par 3 action. Framer, I hear you're quite the golfer and caddy yourself.
Well, I don't know about quite. I try my best. I don't know about. I don't know how my skill set would agree with you there, but trying to get better. I'm a multi-sport athlete. It's hard. Golf's a tough sport. It's mentally challenging.
Yep. And the officials are going to send the line off, saying that the change was already initiated, so they're going to keep the line on for Co-op.
Connell almost stumbling out a little bit there, and a bad giveaway. Here comes Gibbons on the top of the circle. Shot blocked by Azzopardi. Pop back up and glove by Pickering. Connell with a bad giveaway there, but luckily it's not going to kill him. Pickering makes a good save, and Azzopardi's teammate makes a good block.
And at a certain point, they've just got to get it out and get offensive opportunities, which they have, but just letting Co-op just get shots off isn't going to help trying to put one in the back of the net. So they got to, get possessions, and this first line, they've seen it, so let's see what they can do.
2:42 left, sent down by Wheatfeld. It's going to be an icing here. Wheatfeld maybe got a little bit more on it than he intended to. There, it's going to go all the way back down the Ram zone. 2:35 left in this game, and it comes to a point where you can see the coaches, Ryan Haggerty, Clark Jones, Dave Iverson, Boston, they're discussing when do we pull this goalie,
Yep.
Who do we want on the ice, who do we want to send out, and really it's just a matter of right now you got to break the puck out, and you have to control that puck in the zone so that when they do pull the goalie, you already have that forecheck going, and you already have the momentum going on that shift. So that's what they're going to try to do here. We'll see how that works out for them. Wheatfeld now on it. Roby as well. Puck won by Kleinberg. All the way up. Long shot. Good save by Pickering. Rebound. Secondary shot. Saved by Pickering. Played by Durfee. Durfee looking up to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to get it to Roby. Can't connect. Comes back in. Blocked by Wheatfeld. Wheatfeld back up to Fitzpatrick. Off of his skate. Looking for Roby. Roby now with it. Roby has Kroll on the right side. Tries to make a move. Keeps it down low. Smart play. Roby holding. Up to Durfee. Durfee over to Wheatfeld. Wheatfeld now. Long shot. Blocked away by Savory. Forrest now dumps it out. Wheatfeld stepping up, playing the body. Good play there by Wheatfeld. Very physical defenseman, as you know. Off to Kroll now. Back to Wheatfeld. Wheatfeld has Roby on the left side. Hits him. Oh, and Roby there just misses the puck.
And Clark Jones is going to call a timeout there, and that's so tough because if Roby's able to get a touch
pull
on
their
that,
goalie.
they can pull the goalie and get possession out of that. But now Clark Jones is forced to call a timeout in his defensive zone, and that's just so tough. But right now, I'm sure they're game planning. Right, I'm sure they're game planning with a couple minutes to go, like you touched on. But when we pull Pickering, obviously you don't want to pull him too early and then force Co-op to take a goal. But honestly, once you get it in the offensive zone, right, pull Pickering, have him at the top of the dots, take him out there, and they've been game planning, right? They had the first line on there. They're going to take a timeout, and I'm sure they're going to send the first line back on, right? Get them rested with the timeout, and then I'm sure, right, it's a defensive zone faceoff, which is tough because you can't have Pickering waiting at the top of the dots. But once you get it out, Pickering's at the top of the dots, then you get the signal from Jones, Haggerty, whoever it is, and boom, he's at the bench, and it's a 6-on-5. And then for the other side, for Co-op, they just play strong defensively and block shots and do what it takes to get the W. And ultimately, that's what they've done today. And we've seen Savory playing so well,
Really good game
and
from Savory.
Mongillo's game planning as well. So,
and you actually might think about pulling Pickering the second you get over that blue line, the second you get over that red line, dump it deep.
Yeah.
Because, minute 38 left.
not a lot of time.
It may take you 20, 30 seconds to settle it down there, and by then you don't have that much time with that goalie pull, and it all goes down to that just missed icing by then.
And 138, enough time to sustain possession, but you need to get it going quickly.
That's a party on it now, taking it around the net. There's a time it's going to be now, and as a party just chips it out. Looking to get off the glass a little too much on it there, so it's going to be another face-off.
Always a play the coaches preach high off the glass, but that one little too high. And
Right,
another defensive zone face-off, an offensive zone face-off for Co-op.
And looks like Roby actually went off, and he was a little gassed. Durfee now looking to chip it out. Kroll on it. Kroll with that speed. Now here it comes. Now or never for the Rams. That's a party unable to get a handle on it. Over to Durfee. Durfee up to the side to Kroll. He looks like he may have been hooked. Chance for it. Pickering saves. Minute 10 left. Kroll now up the boards. Kroll trying to clear it out. Taken by Lowe. Pickering goes to the bench. Lowe gets it deep. Hit a little late on the play. Fans aren't too happy. This is New Canaan's chance. Roby on. As a party on the boards. Down low to Kroll. Kroll back up to As a party. As a party now. Gets it down low deep. Fitzpatrick trying to force it in front of the net. It comes out. Blocked by As a party. As a party trying to keep it in. Chance for Co-op here. Looks like Durfee's going to beat him to it. Gets it back up to As a party. As a party has Fitzpatrick on the right side. Kroll's going to try to skate with it. Fitzpatrick doesn't quite get it in the zone. 33 seconds left for New Canaan. This is their chance. Offsides call there. And is not happy about that.
Yeah, but Alan Miller had the best angle on the ice of that one, so you can't really complain. When the official's in position like that, it's tough to argue that one. And what they were doing there is they have Lowe on the ice because he's such, he generates plays and assists and wins faceoffs.
Yeah, New Canaan, this is their chance. Roby getting it deep. Good play there. 25 seconds left. This is their chance. Kept in. Good play by Durfee. Stuck on the wall. Looks like the call player may be lying on it. That's going to be cleared out with 14 seconds left. New Canaan has time for one more push, if that. Gets it around. Durfee. Durfee now trying to get it up to Roby. Roby can't get it. That's going to be sent down. Just missed net. One, and ladies, they're going to call an icing. 0.6 seconds remaining.
And
now, barring a miracle, looks like that the Co-op Mustangs are going to take this one. But, who knows? You never know what kind of plays Haggerty and Jones are going to have drawn up here for the last second of the game. Maybe shot off the face-off.
Yeah, I think you just – Max Lowe's winding up for a slap shot. That's really the only hope you have. 0.6 seconds. They got to get one off quickly.
See what happens here. Puck drop low, trying to take a shot blocked. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Fairfield Co-op Mustangs take a big win over the New Canaan Rams, 2-1. And this was really a defensive battle. Really, there was a lot of actions both ways, but you saw those goals, and really just really good playing by both goalies there, and 2-1 to the Mustangs.
And Mason Pickering, both goalies defensively, and both goalies played phenomenal, right? Xavery and Pickering both had probably 20-plus saves, and they were the ones that kept their teams in the game, right? At the end of the game, we saw Pickering rob one of the co-op's players, and then on the other side, we saw Savory with a beautiful save that could be on Sports Center tomorrow morning. So, I mean, so much positives from this game, and I'm sure Clark Jones is just going to go back, watch the film, and use this as motivation and use this as learning tips for FCX and potentially states. As for the other side, Magellan, he's probably telling his team, hey, great job, but we can't end here, right? We have an ultimate goal in mind. We've already made FCX, and right now our goal is to finish the season off strong and eventually win FCX and submit ourselves in the states. The thing that's, co-op, obviously they can't participate in states, which kind of stinks for them, but they can have that goal of winning FCX.
Yeah, all right. Well, really great game here. We thank you for watching. This has been Luke Frame and Chase Harden on the call. New Canaan Rams versus the Fairfield